where we come from, the community I grew up in, if you're putting handcuffs and you're taken away in a police car, you were officially arrested.
That part. That part. Hey beautiful people, it's Success Mentor Dante J. Worth, and I'm back with another video right here on Audition Believer TV! Now if this is your first time tuning in, I need you to make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure that you like this video. And make sure that you comment down below. Because me and my team absolutely love to read your comments. Now tonight, we're being joined by the wonderful, the fabulous, the leader. Tell them who you are, sir!
I am Demond Meeks, and I am the candidate for the 137th Assembly District.
Yes, so we invited Demond Meeks on tonight to talk about servant leadership. Before we talk about that, we're going to ask you the question we ask every single guest. What is your story?
Wow. So my story, really humble beginnings. Grew up over on Reed Park. Yeah. Lived on Reed Park off of Hudson Avenue.
Hey!
And it's just like really humble beginnings. I remember, you know, going to number 6 school early on, and then having to transition really at the drop of a dime. We lived at a house where we had like sewage backing up in the basement, and the lead levels were extremely high. So basically my mom was told, hey, you have to get out of there immediately, you know, for the welfare of yourself as well as your children.
Right.
So, you know, we moved from there and moved on up to Olean Projects.
Hey, Olean!
You know, so but you know, my inspiration and my hero along you know the life's journey is my mom. You know, and I thank God that she's still here with me. Yeah. But my mom, no matter what the challenge was, she persevered. You know, I remember being over in line at Immaculate Conception, waiting on a government truck to pull up to get a box of government, you know, goods.
Cheese. I don't want to get good cheese. I heard it was good cheese. I
could never get an even slice. But you know, and for her to continue to just persevere, one employment opportunity after the next, and eventually she took a civil service exam, landed and a job with the state.
Nice. And
she went in as a grade 7 file clerk and retired at a grade 16.
Come on, retirement! Come on, retirement!
You know, that was a change of life for us. You know, I mean, it was a transition from subsidized housing to home ownership, you know, over the 19th ward. So I truly, you know, thank my mom for like really showing us what work ethic really means.
Yes.
And she always was like a selfless individual, putting others before herself.
Oh, that's good. Hey, mama! Hey, mama! So when you think about servant leadership, what comes to mind?
So one who's committed to just being there and helping people, but just naturally being a leader. But you know, in my role over the past 10 years, I worked as a union representative, and we would go to the membership before we moved forward with a mission of sorts or a decision. So like I was responsible for negotiating contracts. So before we could negotiate a contract, we circulated, we first had conversations. And based upon those conversations, we would formulate a survey. Circulate the survey throughout the facility. And then based upon those responses to the survey, that's how we came up with, hey, this is what we're going to fight for at the table. These are our top, you know, 3 to 5 items that we must have. And these things here, you know, if we get them, great. If not, you know, we can live to fight another day.
So right now in this current political climate, there are leaders rising up left and right. And people are looking for the next Moses for this movement that is happening on there. We need Moses, y'all. We need Moses. And what is it that you look for in a leader?
I look for like honesty, transparency, knowing your skill sets and lack thereof. Because if you know your skills and the lack thereof, it puts you in a better position to know what's needed. You know, how do you position yourself better? And a leader, I look for someone that actually look to the people that they're looking to lead. Have a real conversation. So for us, our first order of business, it doesn't cost anyone a dime. We talk to a number of churches, we talk to a number of schools, and other establishments throughout the community that said, hey, Brother Meeks, you can use our establishment free of charge for these town hall meetings. So we're going to have town hall meetings throughout the district so that the community can actually have a voice. And I ask this question, how can you truly represent people if you don't take time to talk to them on their issues?
That's a word! You preaching, y'all! everybody's running for office. Why do you want this position that you're running for, Assemblyman?
This position is very important to the Rochester community, in particular the 137th. When we talk about disparities, healthcare disparities, wage economic disparities, the criminal justice system, the disparities that exist within.
Yes.
I mean, no community is hit harder than the 137th district. I mean, you have the 14621, the 14609, the 146 the 14611, the 14619. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know, the area that was termed the Crescent. That's this district.
Yes.
So I mean, there's work to be done, and the way we do it is by working collectively with members of the community and truly affecting change. And we have to be bold and intentional about our actions. You know, when the young lady, the 10-year-old, you know, was arrested, it was justified. Oh, she wasn't arrested. Well, where we come from, the community I grew up in, if you're putting handcuffs and you're taken away in a police car, you were officially arrested.
That part.
So, you know, we're looking and we're voicing our concerns. We're speaking out on these issues. We're not just going to sit back and be quiet. Like the days of being quiet are over.
Right.
I mean, we have to have a voice and we have to affect needed change in this community.
That's good. So tell people, if they were going to the ballot today and they see their opponents, and they see your name, why should they vote for you instead of whoever else is out there?
They should vote for me because I have a background in working with community members and getting things done. It's my ability to mobilize people on issues. It's not a I. It's a we must. So in working together collectively, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done.
That's good.
Yes.
Are you ready for rapid fire questions?
Rapid fire.
Favorite book?
Favorite book? Actually, I would say The Miseducation of the Negro.
That's a good choice. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Love Jones.
Oh, all right. What do you see when you look in the mirror?
I see strength. I see strength, and I see an individual who God has given an assignment, and I'm committed to that assignment.
Come on, Moses! Come on, Moses! And what is it that you hope to accomplish when you get into office?
I plan to accomplish changing the narrative. You know, the ways of old of just, you know, operating in a manner where, hey, I don't necessarily get the feedback or the input of the community. Those days are over. We need community input, and we're going to show our community how to get engaged. You know, when we look at black leadership in this community, we hold more political seats in this community as African Americans than we have in the history of Rochester.
That's a fact.
And when we look at mobilizing voters, it's not happening. So we have to make a conscious commitment that we're going to register more people than ever before in history in this community, and we're going to make sure that they're engaged, and we're going to talk to them about the issues that's taking place throughout the community. But then we also want to hear from them, like, what are you concerned about? And in doing so, we'll be able to take that power of the vote to the ballots.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And to be audacious means to be?
To be audacious, just, I mean, energy, vibrant, and just, you know, just knowing that, you know, there is no limit. You know, just striving for greatness.
Tell people how they can support your campaign.
So you can go to www.votedemondmeeks.com. Again, www.votedemondmeeks.com. That's our website. My handle on social media, @VoteDemondMeeks, @VoteDemondMeeks. So right now we're continuing the GOTV, which is Get Out the Vote, and we can use your assistance. I mean, we can use volunteers, and we can definitely use your prayers. So if you can't get out there with us, just send some prayers up on our behalf. We appreciate it.
So until next time, remember that life is meant to be enjoyed and not just endured.